Welcome to this first ever attempt at an unboxing video. Today I have, well, I wouldn't call it an unboxing so much as an unbagging. Today's product that I'm going to be reviewing and showing is Rycote's overcovers, also known as the Windjammers. Now, inside the bag, as you can see, I did not pay the $16.95 that it shows on the price tag there. Rather, I paid $12 on eBay. The overcovers, really, the only difference between these and the Windjammers would be the fact of what I'll show you here in a second. Now, basically, these are designed to hold a microphone to a piece of fabric or skin. However, the Windjammers are designed to cover up the mic ports on a camera like your DSL or your point and shoots or your digital video cameras. Inside the pack, we have 3 different colored little felt tips that come in their own little bag. All they really are just little covers. They're like little shag pieces of carpeting. And with this other camera that I've got here, basically it would sit right on like that, and it would absorb much like a what's the word I'm looking for? A pop filter would pick up the pops that would hit the microphones for your video or for your desktop microphones. And I've got 3 different colors. I think I'm going to put the gray ones on my little Xacti that I just showed. I've had this camera for a while. It's not the greatest point and shoot. However, for the purposes of this, it will do nice. And I don't know if you can see in the background, but I have a Nikon Coolpix S6600. It's got the flip out screen, and it's got 2 little microphone ports, and those are what we're going to cover up on this camera here. Also in the pack, I'm going to go ahead and close these back up. You get 30 self-adhesive, double-sided adhesive stick pads. Now, these ones, unlike the Windjammers, they do not have holes in them. However, I went and purchased a cheap little hole punch and punched out pretty much the exact same hole, except that it didn't leave the one in the back here. As you can see, it's open. I'm going to use the 2 that I've already started. I'm going to make another 2 for my other camera, and then I'm going to test both without the Windjammer and with the Windjammer. Of course, today is not a great day for that because there's no wind. So I'll have to wait maybe until tomorrow to do that, or later on this evening. There's a little bit of a breeze. I'll have to go probably where there's a field. I may just drive back out to where those windmills are and shoot it there, because I know it'll probably be windy up that way. But you get 30 of these little stick pads, probably more than enough for what you're going to need for your camera. Okay, I'm going to cut real quick and put them on the I'm going to put the pads on the Xacti, so that way you can see how they go on. Now here we can see I have the Xacti out. It's a little dusty. It's been sitting for a while. I never really filmed much with this camera. I didn't care for the quality of it. But this is not a review of that camera. It's a review of the product. Now on this one, the microphones are here on this side here, and over on here. It's kind of a weird setup for microphones. So I'm going to take the 2 that I've already made, and I'm going to place them. Now as you can see, there's a little nub that's been taken off on the back. Let me get that in frame there. There we go. as you can see. There's a little nub there. Now this piece here does not have that sticky stuff. And I'm going to take and just put this over top of where the speaker is. And I'll take and fine-tune it later off camera, although I don't think I'm going to need to. Now I'm not actually going to take off this part here yet, this paper part yet, as I'm going to need to still do the before and after. So there's that side done. And there is that side done. Not very hard at all. And since they are 3M pads, they do stick fairly well. So once they are stuck, I mean, you can pull them off, but once they are stuck on there, they are stuck on there. And I will show these cameras I will take video afterwards, showing the cameras with their Xacti pads on. Now the next video is going to probably be a change in quality, because I'm going to be filming with the Xacti, so the audio might not be as crisp, and the video might not be as good, and I do apologize. I wish I had another one of these cameras that I'm using, but for right now I will have to work with what I have. So I'm going to cut here and put the pads on this camera that I'm using right now. Okay, so I've got the Xacti on the tripod. Now the microphones are covered by the 3M pads. However, as you can see, the little stickies here, or little felt covers here, are not on it. I went ahead and shade it just a hair. I put some holes on 2 more pads. And now comes the fun part of lining these up onto what I hope I don't know if that little sensor there is going to be a problem or not. I'm hoping not. I'll test it again after I get them back on. I just want to test one other thing. Make sure that we're not going to hit. Okay. There's that one on. And now for the other side. Now I'll probably be doing less photography with this little point and shoot, so I don't care too much if I cover up the flash. However, if you're using this as a camera and a vlogging camera second, you may want to consider something else to these. And there we go. Just make sure again we're not catching the door. Now I mostly got these because, like, in August I plan to go down to the Dream Cruise and look at the Elio Motors car that they are showing. And I've heard a lot of wind noise when I took this camera out before. And to me, I would like not to have as much wind noise. As for why I'm doing it with the Xacti as well, I don't know if I'll need both cameras, but it wouldn't hurt to have 2 different styles of video. One for a lot tighter shots, and one just for general purposes. So in the next part of this video, you're going to hear the Xacti, which I'm filming with, which is right here, where my finger's pointing, because I'm pointing at the camera. And then I'll switch over to my Nikon, which is scuffed. I will be using a little bit of a audio filter in Vegas Pro 12 And if I remember, I'll take a screen capture of that so you can see the settings that I'm using to clarify my voice a little bit, because my voice is quite a bit gravelier than most, and it seems to filter out some of that. I do apologize if I sound a little stuffed up. My allergies kicked in quite heavily, and I am competing against Mother Nature on this. So in the next two parts, you're going to see both cameras and maybe some windmills, or if I find something a little more interesting to go and film, that I can film both sides, both cameras with, kind of getting the same idea, then you will see that. Until then, I will see you later. So this is the Canon without the Windjammers. Okay, I decided to come out to a different spot. I can kind of hear that windmill in the background there, spinning up. I don't know if that's going to come through. This is without the Windjammers, and as you can see, the other ones all out there. I wanted to give you a good idea as any. The wind's probably about 5 miles an hour or less today. So this is the Canon without the Windjammers. And this is the Xacti, which after looking at the earlier video I had, it seems to be alright. And there's that windmill that was spinning up, now it's stopped. Starting to go again. Like I said, winds are probably max gust of about 5 miles an hour or less. It's not exactly a great day for it. Of course, now the wind's going to completely stop because I'm recording. Okay, I've got the Windjammers now on to the Canon and on the Xacti. There's a car coming by, which will probably be a good example of what's going on with it. As you can see with the Xacti, it kind of looks a little silly, but this should give you a difference. The wind's still blowing. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Okay, filming now with the Xacti with the Windjammers on. The wind actually just picked up. So this will be a good example of what it sounds like when wind's blowing pretty decent clip. Also, this is what the Nikon Coolpix S6600 looks like with its Windjammers on. This one here looks really funny with it. It kind of looks like a Albert Einstein look-alike. But there you go. Let me know what you think, if you can tell a difference or not. And until next time, take it easy.